What's going on YouTube? So it's been a crazy 24 hours, man. It's been incredible. So I had my weigh-in today at 10 a.m. and I am I'm just overwhelmed with what has happened in the last year, but what's happened in the last day has been incredible. So let me give you a little background here. So I had a couple thousand followers through this entire process the last year. I've been trying to lose weight now for exactly 365 days. July 27th of last year, I started this journey. And so today was my weigh-in. The numbers were incredible. I'll get to those in just a minute. But what's happened in the 24 hours before that has just been overwhelming. So I got a message from a guy, I'll shout him out here, Omar Gaza, Omar_Gaza, Gaza. And he was just interested in my story. He was impressed with what I had done so far and was trying to give me some advice on some things to do. And one of the things he said was, show a side-by-side shot of your progress. And I've done that before. I had posted some of those before and got some great responses and a lot of people reacting to them. But I wanted to be able to, send something out that was, more current. And so I took a picture of myself yesterday, and so it was the day before my 1 year anniversary, and put it next to a picture of me from day 45, because one of the things that happened was I didn't end up taking any videos or pictures of my day one, and my day two I had taken a video, and day three I took a video, but I didn't have any pictures. So the first real good picture of myself taking a shot of just me and how I looked ended up being day 45. I had a couple others, but they weren't great shots. But I had a nice picture of myself from day 45 in September. And so I posted that picture, which at that time I was a little bit over 290 pounds. And then I took a picture of myself from yesterday, and the comparison shots, it was incredible. It really is amazing to look at, to see what I looked at 290 versus what I looked at yesterday. And so I shared that, and I just put the dates. I just put, September 9th, 2018, and then July 26th, 2019, and nothing else, no hashtags, no nothing. And it just blew up, and it just went across, all different, media outlets. I got, or social media outlets. I got people on Instagram, screenshotting the picture I sent, the tweet I sent out, and sharing it there. I had all kinds of people message me and respond and quote the tweet, and so it's unbelievable. And currently, which this is going to change as I'm speaking here, but over 46,000 people have retweeted it. Over 365,000 people have liked it. There's been over 15 million impressions, meaning that people have seen it 15 million times. I've got 3,000 new followers on Twitter. Here on YouTube, I've got now over 1,000 subscribers. I had 47 subscribers yesterday before this thing started. Now I have over 1,000. So it's just incredibly overwhelming and humbling to see so many people react so positively and be so moved and motivated by what I shared and then my story in general. And so what this video is, and what future videos will be, is just my continued journey in this process. So I'm at the end of step one. My first step was to get healthy. It took me less than a year, but this is the 1 year anniversary of me trying to get healthy. And now step two is the rest of my life and keeping this and not going back to where I was. And the very first video I posted on this channel has more of my background and my story of where I was and how I got there and those things. I shot that in February, so feel free to watch that video if you want to know more about my background. And I also have a book that I'm writing that's going to drop next month that'll have everything from this 1 year process to everything in my background of what my journey to health has looked like in my life. And I'm really excited about that. So when that drops, I'll make sure to let everybody on YouTube know. But in the meantime, I want to throw out some love and some shout outs to some people, and also just let you know what happened today. So first of all, I want to shout out Gold's Gym in Thousand Oaks. That's where I work out. I've gone there 358 times in the last 365 days. And they've been great. It's been incredible. My trainer Spencer has been with me since day one. He's been helping me throughout the process. Not just him, other trainers, whether it's Patrick or whoever. There's so many guys. I mean, a few people have left in the last year, but there have been so many people in that gym that have been supportive, have been helpful. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to, I mean, there's a lot of people. Deshaun, that's no longer there. There's a lot of people that have been with me and been rocking with me and have my back at that gym from day one. So a special shout out and love to you guys. I also want to shout out DotFit, which all the supplements I've used in the last year have come from that brand and that product line, and it's been really helpful. Even just vitamins, but also muscle defender, amino, whey protein, different things that I've taken to help me with my recovery, help me so that I can have the recovery that I need, and also the energy that I need to get through my workouts and also recover. Because as a 39-year-old, that's essential, because I don't have the body of a 20-year-old who can handle some of the grind that I've put myself through. And to be able to have the rest and recovery along with those supplements that have helped, that's been really a big help. Westlake High School, their facilities have been open most of the summer, and that's been great to be able to go there and get some work in. Also, my old alma mater in San Jose, Piedmont Hills High School, their track's been great when I've gone home to San Jose, and also when I go home to San Jose, Fitness 19 has been where I go there. So everybody that's been a part of my journey, those are the places I've gone and the places I've worked out. And so I appreciate y'all for letting me have an opportunity to do that and be in those facilities and also those schools to help me along the way. The first person that needs to be mentioned in this whole process, I know I've mentioned some other people, but the very first person that helped me, inspired me to get started on this journey when it comes to Twitter and social media is my man Dre. Dre was working his tail off before I started and wanting to lose weight and wanting to get healthier, and watching his videos inspired me to share my story online. So even though I had been motivated already to want to work out, the idea of wanting to share my story and help others came 100% from my man Dre, and he's been incredible. He's lost so much weight. He's gotten so much stronger and healthier and become just a more well-rounded person, because he's learned so much about himself and how strong and courageous and powerful he is. His vulnerability and showing his honesty online has been a beautiful thing to see. So my man Dre, if you don't follow him already, you really need to. It's at Dre2332. So please give him a follow. If you're following me, please follow him. He's an incredible person. Him and his brother, Coach, have been just unbelievable in helping me stay motivated and get me going as well. And I know I'm helping them too. So it's a two-way street. I have a fit fam of more than 50 people that I talk with all the time. From Angel and Kim and Eli and Ian and Jeremy, and I mean there's so many people I could name, and I wouldn't be doing everybody justice. So when you see me post my videos and you see me with the hashtags for me, for Danielle, for Aaron, and for my family, when you look at those videos, there's people that I've attached to those videos. And when you see those accounts, please follow them too, because their journeys are just as beautiful as mine are. They're working just as hard as I am. And so don't hesitate to follow all of them, because if you have a need to get healthier, if you are watching this video because you want to get healthier, then you need to follow all their stories, because that's one of the reasons that I'm doing so well, is because I see them putting the time in, putting the work in. I see them struggling and still going to the gym, struggling and still eating the way they're supposed to. That's what it takes. It takes being able to look what is tough in the face and say, you know what, I don't care that this is tough, I'm going to still try, I'm going to still do it, I'm going to still do the right thing. Or if I don't do the right thing, I'm going to learn from it and not make that mistake again. And learning from your mistakes is just as important as anything else. And in this journey, it's almost a guarantee you're going to slip, whether it's food or whether it's your workouts. So no matter how you slip, learning from them and building off of that, and then working from that is how you become better, how you become stronger. Now, in my personal life, it starts with my wife and my son. Danielle and Aaron have been my rocks from the beginning of this. I wouldn't have been able to go to the gym as often as I did if my wife wasn't with me and supporting me from day one. Danielle is the most incredible human being I've ever known. She's the most beautiful person with the biggest, deepest heart I've ever known. And the only reason I'm this successful, the only reason I've been able to do this is because she's had my back from the very beginning. And my little guy, Aaron, he's 3 years old now. He's turning 4 in September. He's the love of our lives, and his energy and excitement is one of the reasons I really got going in the first place, because I couldn't run around with him at 320 pounds. When I started, I was 320 pounds, and I couldn't run around with my own son. You know, I could tear up right now just thinking about how heartbreaking and heart-wrenching that is. And so to be able to get to a place where I can run around with him for as long as he wants to run around, that's one of the priceless things that comes from this journey. So a little bit about me real quickly before we move on. I'm 39 years old, so I'll be 40 in May. And this is the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. And the key thing for me, even though I've lost a lot of weight, and I'll tell you those numbers in a minute, I know I'm keeping you a little bit here, but this is a journey to health. This is not a weight loss journey. This is a journey to health. A weight loss journey has a finish line. A journey to health doesn't. All right. I can, if I had concerned myself with just weight loss, I would have stopped 25 pounds ago. And that's why this has to be a journey to health, because the number is irrelevant compared to am I as healthy as I possibly can be. And I'm at a point now where this is the healthiest I've ever been in my life. I'm healthier at 39 than I was at 18. I was at 25. When I was playing college ball at 2021, I was not as healthy as I am right now. I'm much healthier now. And so to be the healthiest of my life at 39 is a pretty beautiful thing. The other thing is that one of my mantras this whole journey has been positive excuses. We make excuses all the time. We make excuses why we don't eat right. We make excuses why we don't go to the gym. We make excuses to do negative things. We need to take that energy, that same energy we do to say, you know what, I can't because, and say, you know what, I can because. Find excuses. Make an excuse to go to the gym. Make an excuse to eat right. Make an excuse to do more with your family. Make excuses to care more about yourself, your mental health, everything about what's going to help you live a more full, complete life. And the more positive excuses we make, the more success we have. That's how it has to be. You can't put negative in your life. You have to try to force the positive in your life. How can I get the best out of my situation? And it's not easy. Everyone's different. I'm not going to pretend I ever am going to be able to tell you what you should do based on your circumstances. I don't know your circumstances. I know mine. That's what I do. That's what I've done for the last year, is I've spoken my truth to everybody. And in my truth, hopefully you find yours. That's what I've been trying to do and say with this process and this journey. So the other thing I wanted to mention quickly before I moved on is that my account is called Cant Until on Instagram and Twitter. It's because it's short for you can't do it until you believe in yourself. That's what this whole thing is about. That's what the title of my book. That's what this whole journey has been about. Is I couldn't do this. I've lost weight. I've lost weight twice before. And I gained it back and then some both times. And the reason was because I didn't believe in myself. I was doing it for other reasons. I was putting other people on top, and you have to be selfish about this. This is your health. This is your journey. This is your diet. This is your workouts. You have to own it, and to own it, you have to believe you deserve to be healthy. And if you believe in your heart that you deserve this, you're going to have success. At least have the best chance to have success, because you're going to want to do this more often. You're going to want to be more consistent. You're going to want to work hard. You're going to want to be dedicated to doing this. And then you're going to have a better chance of eating healthy and doing workouts every day. Okay. So that's been a big part of it, is that that's been my main thing, is that you can't do it until you believe in yourself. Now, I mentioned this already, but my book's about to drop in August. I'm finishing it up right as we speak. I've already written 120 pages. I only have a few more to write because I want to reflect on what's been an incredible 24 hours and just what this whole journey has been like for me. I've already written down some thoughts, but I'm going to wrap this thing up, and it's going to be ready to go on Amazon within the month. So it will be in August when this thing drops. So when I find an exact date, I'll let you guys know, and you can purchase it right through my Twitter account or my Instagram, and I'll give you guys all the information. But the other part of that is that as soon as that one drops, the second book begins, because my second book is going to be even more important, because my first book's about my weight loss journey. It's about my journey to health and my start, my step one. But the most important part of this journey is going to be step two, which is the rest of my life. And that first part of the rest of my life, I'm going to write about as well. So that second book's going to drop, which is going to be, I just did it, now what, right? I just did it. I just did it. I just lost the weight that I wanted to lose. Well, now what? Well, now what's the rest of my life? And I'm going to show you and teach you how I did it, and hopefully that'll help you to learn how to maintain and keep the weight off for yourself and for your life, and stay healthy and stay where you want to be. Because ultimately, that's what this whole process is about. Is that it's irrelevant if you treat this as a destination. Okay, the journey is more important than the destination, and this second journey I'm going to be on is the most important journey I'll ever take in my life. Is that journey for health, and to maintain and to keep that health. Okay, so time for the results, right? I'm 16 minutes into this video, and now finally you get to hear the results. Now, if you're on Twitter with me, you already know these results. I threw them out there this morning. But if you're brand new to this and you're just tuning into this video for the first time, check this out. So when I started on July 27th, 2018, I weighed 320 pounds. 137 of those pounds was fat, which means 43% of my body was fat. I had 43% body fat when I started this journey, okay? Today, I weighed in at 198.4 pounds. I weighed in at 31.9 pounds of body fat, which means I got all the way down to 16.1% body fat. What? That's what I'm talking about, right? Now, here are the numbers, right? 121.6 pounds I lost. 105.1 of those pounds was fat, which means I've lost 26.9% body fat. Now, I wasn't expecting to do that. My goal was to lose 100 pounds in a year. That was my goal. I lost 121. And to get down to 16% body fat, I know I've never been that. I was in the 20s in high school. We had one of those machines. We put our hands on it to figure out what our body fat was, and for me it was somewhere between like 23 or 26. I don't remember exactly, but I just remember it being in the 20s because I remember distinctly knowing that under 20 was about what you should be, and then being disappointed when I saw 20 something. So it was like 20. For argument's sake, it was 26 because what does it matter now? But even if it was 23, I'm 16.1% body fat right now. So this is the healthiest I have ever been in my life. So that's the results. That's what happened to me. Now, how did I do that? Okay, I did that from just having balanced, healthy meals. I didn't do anything crazy. Okay, I have oatmeal and fruit for breakfast. I have oatmeal with blueberries and bananas for breakfast. I have a salad that I make. It's with spinach, blueberries, shredded carrots, sliced almonds, cherry tomatoes, a light balsamic vinaigrette with some sunflower seeds sprinkled on. There's nothing else to it. It's just a simple, 450 calorie salad, but it gets the job done. Okay, I usually have a protein bar or a protein shake after my workouts. I try to have like Greek yogurt or an apple or peach, or a couple apples, couple peaches, grapes, whatever, some kind of fruit with Greek yogurt as like an afternoon snack. And then for dinner, I have usually some version of meat and veggies. So white fish, grilled chicken with broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, whatever it is. And I've made mistakes. I've eaten things I shouldn't eat, but for the most part, that's what I eat. And so sometimes I'll snack on jerky and string cheese and almonds and other things, but it's always trying to find things that are good for you in some way. So whether it's a lean protein or whether it's a good fat, whether it's a good complex carb, brown rice. I have a lot of brown rice with my dinners. A lot of times it's, grilled chicken with broccoli and brown rice. That's my dinner, right? So, I didn't have many sandwiches over the last year, but if I did, it would always be with wheat bread. Trying to have food that's going to digest better, that's going to be more healthy for me. It's going to give me the right nutrients and energy. Having some carbs before I work out to give me energy, having protein after I work out to be able to help with recovery, learning about the body and what the body needs and the right foods, because a low calorie diet of unhealthy food is going to help you lose weight, but isn't necessarily going to maximize your ability to work out and do the things you want to do at the gym. The other part of it is the daily workouts. Now, it's somewhat unrealistic for someone to work out 7 days a week. Now, I've basically worked out 7 days a week for the last year. There were 8 days in the last 365 where I didn't work out. And all of those were not by choice. It was because I had gotten sick. It was because I was out of town and couldn't get to a gym. Or one time I was literally on a plane for like 6 hours, waiting to take off, and ended up not being able to get a workout in. And in those 8 days, I was frustrated I didn't get the workout in, but knowing how many days I was working out before and after, it didn't really impact me. But part of the reason I was able to work out all those days was because I spread out the workouts. So I would lift maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and I would do cardio maybe 3 to 4 times a week. But especially early on when I was 320, my cardio would be 20 or 30 minutes max of like the stationary bike or the elliptical. I wouldn't be really pushing myself that hard, but I'd be doing something. So even on my quote unquote off days, I would do like 20 or 30 minutes on the stationary bike, just pedaling slow, put an episode of The Office on or something, and when the episode's over, go home. And it was more about getting that mental aspect for me of like, I've gone to the gym 8 straight days. I've gone to the gym 27 straight days. I've gone to the gym 45 straight days. So it was a way to get that momentum to where I did something at the gym every day. So some days I was burning, 400 or 500 calories and kicking butt and taking names and in the gym and, pumping weight and working out, upper body, lower body, whatever. Other days, I just didn't have the energy and I would do very little, maybe a little bit of core and, maybe some upper body, and I'd go home. And I could feel down and frustrated about it, or I could realize it's like, look, I worked out yesterday, I did something today, I'll work out tomorrow. Then again, that builds that momentum and that confidence, and then you're able to start doing the things you want to do. And there were a lot of days where I didn't go to the gym, but I went at home, I did push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, planks, air squats, just all different kinds of things, wall sits, just whatever I could do wherever I was. If I had a chance to play basketball, I'd get in some basketball, whatever I could to be active, to have energy, so that whether I was running around the park with my kid or running upstairs with him or whatever, it was doing something active every day. That was the most important thing. And I did do that at the gym most of the time, but you don't even have to have a gym membership to do what I did. You just have to be committed to doing something every day. And if you're eating right's so much more important than the workouts. But if you eat right with a daily workout, you're going to see results. That's just how it is. Now, how much the results are depends on how healthy you're eating and how much the workouts are you're going. But you don't have to kill yourself on either one of those, because I was eating 2,400 calories a day. Like on average for the whole year, I was eating about 2,400 calories a day, and it was a little bit more than that when I started. I was drinking nothing but water. That was one thing. I cut soda out completely. I was essentially addicted to soda. I basically drank soda all the time for every meal, all the time. So I cut soda out 100%. I try not to drink calories. I've had a few beers in the last year, but that's about it when I went out with some buddies or whatever. But water for me is whenever I go to a restaurant, every time at home, I have bottles of water. I get those 40 bottles of water from Costco, from Kirkland, and I get like 5 of them. And then I go through them and I get 5 more, and just I constantly drinking water. The rule of thumb from the nutritionist I had at Gold's was that you should drink whatever your weight is. So when I was 320, I should drink 160 ounces of water when I was 320, because you should drink, the ounces should be half of what your body weight is. So now that I'm 200 pounds, I should have about 100 ounces of water a day. And that's a better barometer than just, 8 glasses of water. And by having that much water, you're keeping your system going, you're keeping your system active, and you're giving yourself what your body needs. Or your body needs that oxygen. Your body needs to be able to hydrate. And so and then when you don't drink soda and you don't drink, Gatorade and some of these other things that have a lot of things negative, whatever positive things like Gatorade and Powerade have, there's a lot of sugar and a lot of things you don't need. So instead of getting those extra calories from that, have an apple and a peach with some water and get the same energy. You can buy smart waters and buy waters with electrolytes and get your electrolytes and what you need from those things. But water and the right foods are so much better for you than anything else. So water, 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 water. I cut out junk food, I cut out fast food, and I cut out fried food. Those, I was trying to eliminate those things. For me, I tried to cut out things that were triggers for me, like pizza, hamburgers, things that I would overeat on. And so for me, sweets is not a big deal. Like I stopped eating sweets when I was young, and so I kind of changed my habits to where I didn't really need sweets. So some people, that's not the case. Some people, they drink or they eat ice cream every day. And so for them, it might be hard to just cut out ice cream completely. For me, it was easy. But then for someone else, that same person that loves ice cream, it might be really hard for them to cut out pizza, or really easy for them to cut out pizza, I should say. And so, then that's easy for you. So whatever your triggers are, I would try to avoid completely and then find other things. The number one thing for me, all that food I just mentioned that I eat, I like eating those things. Finding healthy foods you enjoy is so much more important than just eating healthy foods, because you want to have something you can repeat. You want to have food that you can eat more than one day a week. You want to have things that are going to help you stay on this journey. It's one thing if you order something that's 400 calories at a restaurant because it's the smallest thing on the menu, but if you don't like the food, if you're not going to eat it again, then what was the point? So you have to find foods that are healthy that you enjoy. And if you don't like certain foods, then you got to find the restaurant that makes it well. You got to find the YouTube recipes and the different things, ways in which you can learn how to make things delicious, because everything out, all the healthy foods out there. I wasn't a big vegetable guy at all growing up. Now I'll eat carrots and asparagus and broccoli and cauliflower and those things. And I never thought I'd touch anything green or any vegetable. But then when I learned how it should be cooked and learned what seasonings I liked on it that were low calorie, then it was so much different and so much easier, because it was like, okay, you grill or steam or whatever the vegetables, and then it's delicious. Okay, I'm in, instead of trying to eat them raw or whatever else the case is. Okay, last thing. So the benefits I've had. I used to be a terrible snorer. I don't hardly snore at all anymore. I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. The things you get as a benefit for this is incredible. The benefits you get from losing weight and getting healthier is so immeasurable. Those are just some of the things, but it's just incredible the journey that I've been on, that what I've been able to accomplish. It's not just the fact that I went from a 2XLT and 3X shirts to a large. It's not just that I have people complimenting me like, oh man, you look so much better now. It's the fact that I have more energy, I'm sleeping better, I'm not snoring as much, that my body is just in a healthier place. Okay. Now, just some funny ones at the end here before I wrap it up. A lot of people were commenting because of the way the two pictures were shot. I apologize for the confusion. Unfortunately, I'm 5'6". I was 5'6" then. I'm 5'6" now. I didn't get taller. All it was I was a little further away from the counter on that second picture. So as much as it might look like it, I'm not taller. So sorry about that. It was the same phone case from the first shot to the second shot. I've had this phone case for a while now. OtterBox it's a good company, man. They keep those phones protected. A lot of people have been commenting about how the best thing about my screen, the screenshot of the two pictures, was that I was smiling in both. And it's because the journey is more important than the destination. I'm telling you, the destination is irrelevant. Even if the destination is important, the destination is irrelevant if you don't enjoy the journey. And I was smiling at day 45 because I knew I'd put in a lot of work. You look at that photo, my shirt was sweated through. That's why I took the photo, because I'd worked really hard that day and I was proud of myself for what I had done. Yeah, I was over 290 pounds and not happy about my weight, but I was really happy with my effort that day, and I was happy that I was on this journey, that I had gone from July 27th to September 9th, and I was going to the gym every day, and I was proud of myself for what I had done. You can't look at the long term and be pissed off at yourself that you're not there yet. It's going to take time. Anything worth doing takes time, but it's worth it, and you will have the success that you want if you're willing to put in the time and the effort and the work. And when day 45 came around, I was hyped because I had worked really hard that day and I was happy. And so the smile I had that day and the smile I had yesterday, it's the same smile because this journey means something to me. And when you touches something, when something gets touched in your heart that way, it's never going to go away. So I promise you, the journey is always going to be more important than the destination. So if you don't like the journey, you got to get on a different one because it's the wrong journey for you. You got to find the journey where you love the journey so much that the destination is almost irrelevant. Okay, so this is a 30-minute video. For those of you that stuck with me this long, thank you. I appreciate you. For all the new subscribers, I'm going to give you this kind of content whenever I can, whenever I have a chance to throw something out there. I love each and every one of you that's willing to put yourself out there and admit to yourself that you want to get better. Just because we aren't where we want to be does not mean we can't get better and we can't have a better day today and a better day tomorrow. So for those of you that are watching this and have never worked out, for those of you that are watching this and stopped working out, make today day one. Okay, make today day one. Don't say tomorrow, don't say Monday, don't say the first day of the month. Make today day one. Okay, it doesn't matter what you do, it matters that you do. It matters that you do it. Okay, do something every day. Try to eat healthy. Try to do a workout. It doesn't matter. You can walk around your block once for 10 minutes. That's a workout. Is that the best workout every day? No, but you're going to build on that. Okay, don't criticize yourself already when you get out the gate about you couldn't do much. If you did something, it's more than you did before. If you haven't been working out, then what you did on your workout was the most you'd done in a while, right? So you have to find those positive excuses. Make an excuse to do those extra steps. Make those excuses to do the right things. Make those positive excuses, okay? I promise you'll find that success, okay? So again, the last thing I'm gonna leave you with is make today day one. You can do it. Love y'all. Peace.